Sorry, technical difficulty there, but sometimes that happens. Okay, so let's get back to it. All right. So, the last part of this section is going to be constructing truth tables. So we've already done the basic truth table for a conjunction and a disjunction. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make them kind of bigger and uglier, okay? So we'll start off with two that aren't super bad, and then we'll do one that's just kind of big and ugly and horrendous, okay? But we'll be able to do it, I promise. Okay, so this first one we're going to look at is not P and Q. Now notice where the parentheses are and everything. Okay, so remember that when we start a truth table, this is almost like doing a proof. And I know most people really don't like mathematical proofs. I don't know too many mathematicians that are even super duper fond of them. But so you're gonna have to show all of the steps here, okay? So that's the idea. So remember, true, true, false, false. True, false. True, false. Now we're going to look at what we're trying to find, and we're going to do like order of operations, which means we want to do what's in the parentheses first. So that's a P and Q. Now remember, to get P and Q, we need everything to be true, right? So that means this one is going to be true, but all of the rest of these have a false in them, and since it's an and, we're going to go false, false, false. But we're not quite there yet because we've got this little not out in front. So we want not P and Q, which basically means we're going to take everything in this column and we're going to flip it, right? So this is going to be false, true, true, true. Okay. Now, I know that you look at this and you go, oh my God, that means nothing in the real world, and it really doesn't. But what we're doing here is we're trying to get really comfortable with our conjunctions and our disjunctions. And then honestly, later in life things are going to be easier, and hopefully our grammar will be better is the idea. I can't promise it stays better, but you know, using or when we mean or and when we mean and. Okay. So let's look at this one next. So let's say we want to find not P or Q. Okay, so remember, always starts the same. True, true, false, false, true, false, true, false. Okay, now, piece at a time, we don't need to do the whole thing all at once. So what we need is not P. Everybody agree that we need a not P? So not P means we're just going to take these truth values and we're going to flippity flop them. So that's going to be false, false, true, true. Now we need to look at not P or Q. Now remember, with not P or Q, we just need one or the other, right? One or the other to be true. So not P or Q. So we're looking, don't worry about this first column anymore. We're just looking at these two. There's a true in that one, so that's true. Nothing true there, so that's false. True, true. Okay, it's an or, so anytime we see a true, the whole thing is true. And then last but not least, we'll do the not on the outside of the parentheses, which is going to take everything from this column and just flippity flop it, right? So this is going to be false, true, false, false. Okay. I know. You stand back and look at it and go, oh God, what a horrendous mess. It's all T's and F's and it doesn't really mean much to me. But just the process of anding and oring and nodding. It's helpful. I promise it has its uses. Okay, so let's look at a really big one then. Okay, so let's say that I wanted you to find not P or Q and Q and not R. Okay, so first off, two parentheses, which we have yet to see, and then second, the introduction of a third statement into the mix. So when we go to set up this table, and I promise it's going to take probably the whole board, we need P, Q, and R. And unlike when there's just the P and the Q, we've got to do our setup a little bit differently here. So instead of just going true, true, we need a third true. Okay, so true, true. No, we don't need a third true, we need a fourth true, sorry. So true, 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 and then false, 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 false. I apologize. Because then this guy is going to be the true, true, false, false, true, true, false, false. And the idea is we're getting every possible arrangement that we can, and this one is going to be true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. I know, big, hideous mess. I totally agree. Okay, now, when we look at this, we've got one parenthesis here, and then we have another parenthesis here. We need not P, don't we? So let's figure out our first new column here could be not P. And the nice thing about not P is it's just going to take everything from over here and flippity flop it. So it's going to be 4 falses and 4 trues. Now I'm going to use a different color pen just because I can here. So now we're going to find the not P or Q. Okay, the not P or Q. And that's going to take this guy and this guy. Okay, not P or Q. And remember, the or means we just need to see a T to write down a T. So here we've got a T, yes. Here we've got a T, yes. F's, no. F's, no. T's, yes. T's, yes. T's, yes. T's, yes. Okay. All right, so the first parenthesis is done. Now let's move into the second parenthesis. In the second parenthesis, we need Q, well, we have Q, but we need not R. So I'm going to go back to purple for the not R. Okay, so not R. We're going to take this column here and we're going to flippity flop. So it's going to go false, true, false, true, false, true, false, true. Okay, so remember, it's always just one column at a time, never the whole thing, because right now, I mean, we're about halfway done and it's a mess, okay? But that's the way this works. So now we're going to do Q and not R. So Q, so we want this one and not R. So we're combining these two guys together this time. And remember, the word and means we need to see 2 T's to put a T. So using our fingers here, I've got a T and an F, which means we're looking at an F. T and a T, there's the T. F and an F, F and a T, T and F. Ooh, there's a T and a T. 2 T's, woohoo! FF, and then finally FT. So a lot more F's than T's in that one. All right, now we've got one more column. We've done this parenthesis, we've done that parenthesis. Now we need to AND them together. So we've got not P or Q and Q and not R. So this time it means we're going to take this column here and this column here. So we're taking the green and the blue, and it's an AND, which means we need to see 2 T's, yes, to put a T. All right, so green and blue. So there's a F, so there's a false. There are 2 T's. Everybody see the 2 T's in the green and the blue? F's, F's. We don't even care what's going on over here because as soon as we see an F, we know it's going to be an F. Then here again, and here again, look at true, true. So there's another true, and then F's, F's. All right, and the pink one is our answer. Okay, now again, you stand back like this and you look at it and you go, oh, no, 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 no. But piece at a time, it really wasn't all that bad, okay? So when you look at your homework for truth tables and truth values, at first you look at it and you're like, oh God, no. But remember, that's not how we did it. We didn't do the whole table all at one time. We did it one column at a time, okay? And so you can definitely do this, just piece at a time. Alrighty, so do some practice with these truth tables and then we'll move on to changing the statements a little bit more, okay? So truth values and truth tables. Okay, everybody, thank you very much for watching today.